In today's video, I am going to be breaking down Malcom, also known as Young Mac on Instagram. Definitely go check him out. But he's a fantastic young basketball player, and you all need to check this kid out because he does a lot of things right, and we can all learn from him. So let's get down and let's check Malcom out. Okay, so in this first clip, I'm going to show you just one thing that you did really good and one thing that you didn't do very good, and I probably shouldn't say this, because I kind of want you to do it against my team so we can get a couple of steals. However, I'm going to show you so that you can score 40 points against us. So let's start with something that you did really good. You caught this ball and you landed on both feet at the same time. This means that you could use either foot as your pivot foot because you haven't established the pivot foot. So you're giving yourself options. This is fantastic. You're looking at the rim, which gives you peripheral vision so that you can see your teammates who are maybe cutting baseline or whatever. This also makes that defender think that you're about to shoot also, because he leaves his feet because you looked and he has his hand up. However, he noticed the mistake that he made and he tried to recover as fast as he could. And how he did that was using his hand, which could be a reaching foul. However, you had your whole body between yourself and the ball. You didn't dribble with your left hand, which is fantastic. A lot of younger players will do that. And you've got your shoulders lower than his, so you're in a better attack position than he is as a defender. When you do end up attacking, look at the ball control that you had. You were able to take multiple steps between dribbles. Now, while some people who may not know the rules may call you on a travel, this is not a travel because your hand is not underneath the ball. It's about right on the side. I guess you're slightly underneath, but you're right on the side. You're able to take multiple steps between dribbles, which is fantastic. And then you're able to gather this ball. Now, this is the one thing that I would correct, and that is you brought the ball down to your waist when you're driving. You've got two guys who are trying to play defense on you, and you've got your guy who's still trying to recover also following you. If there was any help defenders coming from this side, they would be latching onto that ball because it's down low. And because the referees generally don't see what happens in this area of your body, they are not going to be likely to call that foul. However, if you had that ball just a bit higher at head height, that would be really hard to steal because you're tall already. But if a player reaches up and tries to steal a ball that's up here, it's going to show a foul a lot easier to the referee because they're paying attention to the ball when it's up high because it's easier to see. That you could get a lot of and ones, and it's just absolutely fantastic. You got the and one anyways, in my opinion, because he dropped his hand. And by the way, who has 88? Who has 88 in that clip? And then when his team drives and they kick that ball, Malcom is a big man. He's a center or a forward. He's a big guy. And he's put in the time to be able to be a consistent three-point shooter. This is fantastic. Being able to run guard style stuff in game like shooting or ball handling or even forward stuff where you're trying to drive and you're young and you're taller than everybody else, that's good because now it's going to help you prepare you later on in life. And now watch this footwork. He gathers that ball on his right leg, puts his left leg down. Now he has to dribble that ball before his right leg hits that ground again. And he dribbles that ball at the same time as that foot attaching onto the ground, which means no travel. He takes two dribbles towards the basket, and then he's able to go up. However, if I was to say one more thing, try to go with only that one dribble right there. Because now, that's your gather. You be on your right foot, and then you go left foot. That's your first step. This would be your second step, and then you would have an opposite foot-to-hand layup, which may not feel the most comfortable thing in the world. However, you would have been able to get the ball up here instead of here, which would have been a lot harder to block. Well, what I mean by that now is here to here. This would have been a lot harder to block than this. Now, you didn't get blocked here. I'm not saying that you did. You made this layup. However, when you get a little bit older next year, you're going to want to take this shot instead of this shot because this guy is going to be probably 6 inches taller. Now we see Malcom drive right here, and what's he doing? What's he doing? What's he doing? What's so good about this drive? Right there. Comment down below what you think is so good about this drive. And the finish also at the rim. What made this so amazing? And this is my favorite clip of the whole video. When he receives that ball, he takes that dribble. He takes that quick jab first. Remember, his pivot right here is this foot. He just jabbed that foot. Now, he goes forward with the right foot and he dribbles at the same time. I know there's this kid's body in the way, but that's what he's doing. Now, when he gets that first dribble, going on to the second dribble, this defender is trying to reach. The reason why he's trying to reach is because Malcom is taking out that kid's shoulder. He's getting his right shoulder in front and into the front of this kid's shoulder. This because Malcom's shoulders are the same height, if not just a bit lower. And you always want to be lower so that you have this leverage on those defenders. That allows him to clear that arm out, but also locks the man in. Watch his off arm, and he locks him right there. There is no way that defender is going to have any chance of contesting this shot. Now, he takes a dribble with his right hand. Technically, that would have been a foul because that kid's right arm is on Malcom's right, so that was actually not that bad. Now, you may say, well, your last clip you just said to bring the ball high. Well, in this case, it's actually, in my opinion, more preferred to do a low gather as he's doing right here. Low gathers are extremely important because now, if he was to bring up the ball right now to get the ball up high, guess what? This kid is stripping that ball. By doing a low gather as he is, and then getting past, getting his elbows out too. This is just absolutely fantastic. For a player this age who is currently 11 years old, he's able to get this footwork, but this attack drive, elbows out, that low dribble, there's no kid's going to steal that ball. And then after he gets past those two players and clears them out, he goes up. But he goes up with both hands on the ball until the last second. This makes it ridiculously hard to strip, and this is the best play of the game. That is how you can be an elite big man. If you follow some of these rules and fix your game to be potentially just like Malcom, you could also be a fantastic big man. I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time.